Have you ever wondered how some jobs, once essential, have completely disappeared from our daily lives? From the milkman delivering fresh dairy to the soda jerk mixing fizzy treats, these jobs were once common. But today, they are practically forgotten, replaced by technology, automation, or simply changing habits. In this video, we're diving into 8 forgotten American jobs that used to be everywhere. These roles shaped the workforce of the past and were integral parts of daily life. But with time, many of these positions have become obsolete or been replaced by machines and new industries. So, what happened to these iconic jobs that once kept American homes and businesses running smoothly? Get ready to travel back in time and discover the fascinating roles that are now just a part of history. Let's take a look at these forgotten jobs. 1. Switchboard operator. Imagine a time when making a phone call wasn't as easy as dialing a number and pressing send. Instead, people had to rely on the skill of switchboard operators. These workers, mostly women, would manually connect calls by physically plugging wires into the right slots on a large switchboard. It was a complex job that required quick thinking and precise handling. If you've ever tried to imagine how your calls were connected back in the day, switchboard operators were the unsung heroes of the telecom world. This profession peaked during the mid-20th century and was a pivotal part of telecommunication. But as technology advanced with direct dial systems and automated switchboards, this job gradually faded into history. It's hard to imagine now, but these operators were a crucial part of keeping the world connected, especially when long-distance calls weren't as simple as today's tap of a button. 2. Milkman. For many kids growing up in the 20th century, the milkman was a regular part of their morning routine. Picture this: a truck driving down the street, a familiar face delivering fresh milk, eggs, and sometimes even orange juice directly to your doorstep. It was an essential service that brought fresh dairy products to homes every day. As iconic as it was, the rise of refrigeration in supermarkets and large-scale grocery stores began to make milk deliveries less efficient. Before the 1970s, milkmen were a common sight in suburban neighborhoods. But over time, with refrigerators in every home and large grocery chains offering everything from milk to cereal, milkmen became a thing of the past. While milk delivery still exists in a few areas, it's far from the daily ritual it once was. 3. Pin setter, pin boy. Before bowling alleys had automated machines, there were pin setters, young boys who stood at the end of each lane and manually reset the pins after every turn. Imagine the chaos. As a bowler, you would throw the ball, and then the pin boy would rush to reset the pins, often dodging the ball in the process. It was hard work, and it required quick reflexes. The boys would also return the ball to the bowler, adding even more to their responsibilities. In the 1940s, mechanical pin setters came along, and just like that, the job of a pin boy was gone. Today, when we bowl, we don't give a second thought to how the pins get reset. But these workers played a huge role in ensuring the game went smoothly, and their disappearance was a clear sign of how automation was starting to take over everyday jobs. 4. Ice cutter. Before refrigeration was widely available, the ice cutter was an essential part of daily life. Imagine a time when ice was delivered by the block, and it was harvested from frozen lakes and rivers during the winter. The ice cutters would go out, saw huge chunks from the ice, and store them in ice houses to be used throughout the year, especially during hot summer months. The job was physically demanding, but it was a necessity for keeping food cold, particularly before electric refrigeration became commonplace. The cutters used large saws and special tools to harvest ice, which was then stored in insulated ice houses for future use. Ice was a valuable commodity in those days, used for everything from preserving food to cooling beverages. But by the early 20th century, mechanical refrigeration and ice-making machines rendered ice cutting obsolete. Still, it's fascinating to think about how ice was such a vital commodity for so long. This era marks the early days of industrial progress, where jobs were heavily tied to natural resources and physical labor. 5. Elevator operator. In the early days of elevators, a trained operator was needed to control the speed, open the heavy doors, and align the elevator with the floors. While today we just press a button and let the machine do the work, elevator operators were once an integral part of buildings, particularly in high-end hotels, department stores, and office buildings. These operators didn't just ensure smooth rides. They often provided an extra level of service, offering directions or stopping for passengers before they reached their floor. But with the advent of automated systems in the mid-20th century, elevator operators began to disappear. It's interesting to think that in the past, riding in an elevator wasn't just a trip up. It was a moment of human interaction. 6. Lamplighter. Long before electric street lights, lamplighters would roam the streets with a long pole, lighting gas lamps in the evening and extinguishing them in the morning. These workers were part of the night shift in many cities, ensuring that street lights illuminated the dark corners of towns and cities. It was a job that required precision and punctuality, as the lights had to be lit every evening, regardless of the weather. With the invention and widespread adoption of electric lighting in the early 20th century, lamplighters became obsolete. They were among the first to be replaced by technology, marking a significant shift in urban life. In cities and towns, lamplighters were well known and their jobs were seen as essential to maintaining the safety and visibility of the streets. But as electricity spread and gas lamps were replaced, lamplighters vanished into history. Still, for those who lived during this time, lamplighters were a familiar and important part of their evenings, casting light and adding a sense of security to the streets. 7. Linotype operator. The linotype machine revolutionized the printing industry in the 19th century. It allowed newspapers and publishers to print entire lines of text quickly and efficiently by typing on a keyboard, which then cast the lines in metal. Linotype operators were responsible for operating these massive machines, and the job required great skill and attention to detail. However, as technology advanced, digital typesetting and desktop publishing replaced the need for linotype machines. Today, the job of a linotype operator is a thing of the past, but their contribution to the printing industry paved the way for modern-day printing and publishing. These machines were noisy and required hours of intense labor, but they significantly sped up the production of newspapers, books, and other printed materials. With the rise of digital technology, the demand for linotype operators sharply declined, and the craft became obsolete. Still, their legacy remains in the books, newspapers, and magazines we read today. 8. Soda jerk. Who doesn't love a good ice cream sundae or milkshake? In the 1940s and 50s, soda jerks were the beloved fountain workers at drugstores and soda fountains, whipping up delicious drinks and serving snacks. They were known for their friendly demeanor and quick service, and many customers would stop by just for the experience of having a soda jerk prepare their favorite treat. But as self-service restaurants and modern fast food chains took over, the role of the soda jerk faded away. The manual preparation of milkshakes and sodas gave way to machine-made versions, and the charming moments of watching a soda jerk at work became a thing of the past. Today, the idea of a soda jerk seems like a nostalgic part of American history, evoking the charm of a bygone era. For those who remember the era, soda jerks are a nostalgic reminder of a simpler time, filled with friendly service, personalized attention, and community interaction. There you have it, 8 jobs that were once an essential part of American life, but have been lost to time, technology, and shifting societal needs. From the hardworking switchboard operators to the friendly soda jerks, these roles have shaped the workforce of the past, and though they are no longer around, their legacy lives on in the stories we tell and the memories we cherish. If you found this script fascinating, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Drop a comment below and let us know which forgotten job you wish would make a comeback. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.